Hello, B1 family. This is Daniel with the Big Black American Secret, the YouTube channel. The goal of this channel is to build an unstoppable army of knowledgeable, black, melanated people in America and around the world who understand that we as melanated people have one enemy worldwide, and that enemy is the system of racism, white supremacy. Our mission through education is to replace this evil system with a system of freedom, justice, and equality as laid out by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. We will need your help in building this knowledgeable army. You can help by subscribing to this channel, by donating to this cause through Cash App or PayPal, and by sharing the videos you watch here and any knowledge that is shared. In doing so together, we help fertilize the mentally enslaved, colonized minds of black and melanated people worldwide, creating the perfect mental condition for our children to grow up in a better, more balanced world. Family, it's very important, this message I'm about to tell you today. And the topic is Ozone Wallace, also known as Ozone Wallace. Me and Ozone became acquainted. There was a family in Douglas, Georgia a couple of years ago. There's a video about it on my channel. Please subscribe and share. The family had a brother, a family member, was Stephen Stiles is his name. And he was found hung in the woods in Douglas, Georgia, and the police weren't giving the family any information about what happened. And the family was getting real frustrated, and they made a call out to anybody who could help them to get an audience with the police in that town. Ozone answered that call. Him and a few other people who believe in Second Amendment rights and police accountability got together, went to Douglasville, Georgia, and I tagged along to document it, for people to see what was going on, so to speak, boots on the ground. And, that family was able to get a counsel with the police. Again, you can see a lot of that information on my YouTube channel. The reason I'm making this video is because I want to tap other black influencers on the shoulder. If you're a TikToker influencer, YouTube, Twitter, it don't matter. If you have a subscriber base and you are for equality for your people, and you know the system of racism exists and it needs to be abolished, then you have a duty, a responsibility to help Ozone Wallace in this time of need. He is facing a separate trial, and I'm gonna give you a little back story about what's going on. Ozone is a good brother. Again, I met him in Douglas, Georgia. Didn't know him before that, and a call was put out, and he answered the call. And I'm gonna tell you, the police in Douglasville, Georgia, was very pissed at him because of his persona and his no nonsense, what he was doing. And come to find out, Douglasville, Georgia weren't the only police department who had a problem with him. In fact, the United States of America had a problem with Ozone Wallace. Not only with Ozone Wallace. After George Floyd was murdered, that hit black America, and especially black men, hard. It caused a lot of people to wake up, rightfully so, myself included. Seeing George Floyd murdered like that, I saw myself being murdered. Even rappers like LL Cool J mentioned it, that it had changed him. Ice Cube, he mentioned the fact that it hit him a certain kind of way. So much so that a black militia was formed. For a short spell, Ozone was part of that black militia. The United States government caught wind of this black militia, and they went to work to destroy this black militia. They created a task force after a large display of this black militia. And to this day, the leader of that black militia is in jail on charges that are bullshit. I'm not saying any names, and you all know what I'm talking about. But again, Ozone was in this group because he was affected by the George Floyd, and he wanted to do something for his people, rightfully so. But again, he wasn't in that organization long for whatever reason. I learned this by meeting him in Douglasville, Georgia. I heard him talking about it, and I respected what I heard. And again, you can watch the video and get caught up on that. But something very important has taken place over the last couple of years. And what you all may not understand is Ozone survived a white supremacist racist assassination attempt. Plain and simple. A rookie cop who was trying to make his bones in that department made a call out while accosting our brother Ozone. Charlie 777 is a call to veteran police officers in that area. There are a lot of racist cop gangs. Charlie 777 is one of those organizations. It is quietly kept. You won't hear about this on main news, but it's an absolute fact. Absolute fact. Now, I know a lot of you and your platforms are very afraid to talk about this subject because you think that you may be targeted. But you have to come at this subject the right way. You have to spread light on the fact that this was a white supremacist assassination attempt on this man's life. This young cop wasn't properly trained. He wanted to take down a big fish, who was Ozone. And it didn't go his way, rightfully so. When you violate a person's rights, they have the right to defend themselves. Period. Point blank. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We all need to be trained on gun safety, how to use guns, and our families as well, for our own safety. But again, the reason I'm making this video is because I need for you to understand that you do not need to be afraid to support Ozone's legal defense fund. Ozone.org is the website to raise money to pay for his legal defense. Now, the good news is this. The first half of this situation is Ozone went through the legal system. PLAP, which is the organization, the nonprofit organization that put this thing together to make sure that he had a legal defense by raising donations to pay for his legal defense team. They were successful in making sure he didn't get charged with first-degree murder. It went off pretty good. Now, here's what the system of racism, white supremacy did. They had a backup plan. The backup plan was the judge. The judge, no matter what was going to come out of this jury trial, the judge put on him a 30-year sentence, which is definitely a life sentence. You feel what I'm saying? That was their backup plan. Now, that's what we're fighting. That 30-year sentence is unconstitutional, and it's outright freaking wrong. This man should have never been charged, period. This was self-defense. But we did not know what I'm telling you now. This was a white supremacist racist assassination attempt on what this government saw as a big fish. Quietly kept. He had a target on his back. The irregular forces of white supremacy know this. That rookie cop wanted to make a name for himself, and it didn't go too well for him. You understand? Now, some of you may have police officers in your family. Some of you may, I don't know where you stand as far as understanding the system of racism, white supremacy, but this has nothing to do with one individual. What Black America is fighting is a system of racism, white supremacy. You have to understand it. You have to separate the bullshit from reality. This ain't about a police department. It's about a mental mindset that the police are the enforcement arm of the system of racism, white supremacy. They're put in place to keep us down, and they murder us with impunity. This case is so important because it proves that if we have a legal team and we can fund a legal team, then we could bend the law to be corrected for our people. And this has happened. But again, the white supremacists had a backup plan. White supremacy is a very sophisticated system. And I hear a few people say they take two sides of an argument, simply meaning they have backup plans. Therefore, we have to have backup plans and contingencies. Our backup plans is one, the truth that this was a racist, white supremacist assassination attempt on an innocent man's life. And two, the ability to come together and fund the legal defense of anybody who's going to end up in this position down the line. PLAP, People's Legal Aid Project. It's based on the same framework that Huey P. Newton was able to pay for his defense for the same reason. This is the same principle, so to speak. And I'm very proud of that organization. Very proud of that organization. And I know in the future, a lot of young black lawyers will start to understand the system of racism, white supremacy. They'll become less independent on racist, white supremacist money through corporations, because that's what's holding us back. When your money comes from the system, you cannot be strong and you cannot be independent and you cannot definitely be yourself. Do you understand me? The goal is to be independent so that we can be brave and we can be boisterous and we could stand up and fight for what's right. So again, this is a call out to the B1 family, the black media, and anybody who has a platform, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. Our brother Ozone needs your help. He's a rider for his community. He's a father of children. He's a very loving fella. And again, he is down for his people. And I will not allow the system of racism, white supremacy to murder not one more black man on my watch. So this is my attempt to take my promise and hold to it. I hope it's your promise as well. This is happening in real time in your lifetime. Me and you were children during the 60s, a lot of us. This is our time. This is our time to do what we must do to make sure that this system is destroyed in our lifetime. We're not going to pass this buck to our children. No, it's going bye-bye while I'm alive. I hope you feel the same way. I know you do deep down, because I watch a lot of you people on YouTube and I enjoy what I'm seeing. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. And I promise you, during our lifetime, we will see magnificent changes, because the black American is a very special people. Join my channel. Share this video. Hit like and subscribe. And hit the bell so that you're notified when I make another video or go live. But again, this is an appeal to everyone, every black American or every black person. If you have melanin, and you understand the system of racism, white supremacy's design, and how it completely destroys us or tries to destroy us, and how everything has been weaponized against you through this system, share othal.org on your platform as often as you can, as much as you can. We have to continue to raise the money for his appeal, because again, this racist judge trying to sentence him to 30 years, because the jury trial did what the jury trial is supposed to do: weigh the evidence and make a fair judgment. And they did. But again, the judge was put in place to set the sentence. Shortly after that thing, he retired. He know his ass did the wrong thing. You feel me? So it's up to us to do the right thing, to continue to support him by way of paying for his legal defense. Othal.org. Go there and put it on your channel. Talk to your relatives. Donate, as much as you can, as little as you can, or as much as you can. It's a write-off. It's a nonprofit organization. Completely legitimate and upfront. Every dollar is accounted for. Again, in your lifetime, your children will want to know, what did you do to help your people? And you can proudly say, I did this, I did that. And they'll have your respect forever. And they will go forward in this fight when you're no longer here. Okay, black people and the new black media, you have your assignments. Be one.